Hello, thank you for being in a new video. This time I have with me the first impressions of the new OPPO Find N3 Flip. Let's get started. This is the most recent version that OPPO has presented of its most important foldable, because although it also has a horizontal folding, it seems that globally it gives much more prominence to this model. We'll see later more information, but for now I'm at the China launch. So I don't have global information yet, but as soon as I have it, I will be communicating it to you. What do you think if we take a quick look at the design we have in this device? Because OPPO has given a lot of importance to the vertical display, because as you know, there are other devices that have featured larger displays but in landscape format or in square format, and OPPO seems that it is not willing to make this sacrifice, at least not for the moment. We'll see if it later surrenders or gives in to a screen increase. But for the moment it has retained the same size as the last generation, but emphasizing that most of the time we use our cell phone in this same format, in a vertical format. So most of the applications are better adapted for use in this format. That's why they have highlighted that it remains like this, because when you open any other application, you are going to see specifically the same layout or better adaptation for a use here in this vertical format. It seems to me an interesting proposal and one of their biggest bets. Now, with respect to other new features that we have seen on this device, in addition to the obvious software improvement that would allow us to open multiple applications on this screen, is an alert slider, which we have integrated into one of the sides. This alert slider seems to have been borrowed from OnePlus, which, as you know, is a company that belongs to OPPO. So it is a slider in 3 positions with which we can set mute, vibrate, or sound as the modes of the device, which I think is very good. The truth is that it is very well in this section, this type of novelty as part of the design, because the truth is that it does give a very nice touch. Plus it has an excellent grip thanks to the texture that has integrated. But the most important improvement of this foldable, without a doubt, has been the photographic section. Since OPPO has highlighted that in this generation they have integrated a pro camera in a device that fits in your pocket. That is something of the most remarkable, because usually flip devices of any brand have had only 2 cameras and in a simple way. In this case it integrates a telephoto camera with 2x optical zoom, which is not so amazing, but for portraits I think it will be very good. This camera is 32 megapixels in addition to the ultra-wide 48 megapixel camera and the main camera of 50 megapixels. So we find 3 cameras of a high resolution, and all 3 cameras have autofocus, which I think is very good, because also the ultra-wide camera would allow you to capture macro shots. So the photographic system is one of the most versatile you will find in a device of this style. Also remember that thanks to the foldable format, well, we're going to be able to use it also on some base, so you can adjust it and take pictures just by showing your palm or something like that, as you can see right now. So the camera proposal is really good. We'll have to put it to the test, but from first impressions it looks like a very positive camera. The maximum zoom it achieves, for example, is 20x, and it can record in 4K, so it complies very well in these aspects. The battery is divided into 2 units, but in some would achieve about 4,300 milliamps more or less, and supports 44 watts load, which probably if it comes included in the box. The processor is the MediaTek Dimensity 9200. It's a new processor, although it's still in the same line as last generation. So we look forward to putting it to the test in the near future. Both the external display and the internal display are AMOLED of very good quality. Obviously, the internal screen is going to be the protagonist in terms of the ultimate viewing experience, because it also offers us support for an XDR display, which would be able to increase the brightness in some specific areas of this screen. And with respect to colors, this one that I have in my hands is the pink color, but a gold-like color is also available, although I see it more like sand or kind of a cream color. In advertising it looks very golden, but honestly that in real life it doesn't look as golden as it appears there. And finally we also have the dark gray color. It is not completely black, but it is already a little more serious or not so light shades. All 3 finishes are fully reflective, projecting not only the light but also the image. But well, this has been a first glimpse of this foldable, but we will be getting to know it much more in depth later. For now, we are getting to know it from its launch in China, and we expect a global launch soon. Surely, in fact, at the time of publishing this video, it is already being presented globally. But all the information, I will be sharing it with you soon. For now, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, you can let me know. And see you next time.